Respected Gandhi Bhai, Said Dada Abdullah Haji Adam, our partner in South Africa, has a big case in the court here. Though we have engaged the best vakils and barristers, we do not have anyone who understands our language. If you send your brother Mohandas here, he would be useful to us.
If they already have vakils and barristers, what will you do? You'll be just another munshi.
Anything is better than the corruption of our courts here, isn't it?
But it's not even a year since you came back from London.
Look, they're going to pay me £100 plus all my expenses. And it's only going to be for a few months.
I don't think you should go.
Hari, don't put so much water on the tulsi, it will die. Come here.
You should stay here. That's what I feel.
What am I going to do here in Rajkot?
The children will miss you.
And what about you? Said Dada Abdullah.
Gandhi Bhai? I am Dada Abdullah. Welcome. This is Rustamji Said.
Hello.
Muhammad. Hello.
I thought it might be you, but you're in European dress, so I was a little confused.
It's my normal dress.
Come, let us take your luggage.
Yes.
I'll manage. Is the hotel far from here?
Hotel? You will stay with us at my house.
Please, come this way. Did you have a good trip?
Yes. How far is it to Pretoria? I could leave straight away.
Oh, there is no hurry. My advocate, Mr. Baker, will let me know when he needs you.
About the case, I only know that someone owes you £40,000 and refuses to pay.
That someone is his own cousin, Said Tayyab Haji Khan Muhammad. He's a very big man in transfer, very big.
But before you go to Pretoria, you will need to understand all the facts. Otherwise, Theopai will try to influence you in his favor. Besides, I also need to know your abilities.
How shall I begin?
I will take you to the court here.
Divine, it is nothing like anything you have seen in Bombay, huh?
Oh, good morning, Mr. Escom.
Hello, Abdullah.
This is Mr. Gandhi, he's a bar at law from London. This is Mr. Escom. He's our attorney here, soon to be Attorney General. Mr. Gandhi is from Bombay. He's helping me with my case in Pretoria. May he sit with you in court?
Why not? Come this way, Gandhi.
Who is that next to you, Mr. Escom?
Your Honor, this is Mr. Gandhi from Bombay, member of the bar.
Mr. Gandhi, remove your hat.
Your Honor, this is a turban, as worn by advocates in all courts in India.
Not here. Take it off.
Your Honor, according to our custom, I would show you disrespect if I took off my turban. I would rather leave the court.
Gandhi Bhai, please.
You were wearing a turban as well. They didn't ask you to remove yours.
We Muslim traders are allowed to keep our turbans in court. Other Indians are not.
Then I shall give up my turban and wear a hat.
No, Gandhi Bhai. You will retain your turban as we do ours.
What am I getting into here? I came here to help you with your case, not to start a fight in the courts.
Now be careful. Don't let Tayyab Said and his men steal our secrets from you.
But I must get in touch with him.
Whatever for.
He's your cousin. Don't you think it would be better to go in for a mutual settlement?
Not with Tayyab. I do not trust him. He doesn't keep his word. Tell me, do you have anything to read? Here. Take this. It's an English translation of the Quran. I think it will inspire you.
Thank you.
As soon as you get to Pretoria, send me a telegram. Aujo. Khudafis.
What are you doing here? Conductor, there's a damn coolie in my compartment.
You're in the wrong compartment. All natives to travel in the van. Come on, Sammy, don't give us any trouble.
I was issued a ticket for this compartment, and I insist on going in it.
No, you won't.
I will not leave this compartment. Where does it say reserved for Europeans only? Please show me.
Get off my train.
Aren't you good, Sammy? I will not leave the van. I will protest to the authorities.
In the luggage van. That's for you.
Why should you not fight in the cause of Allah and of those who, being weak, are ill-treated and oppressed? Men, women and children whose cry is, "Our Lord, rescue us from this town," whose people are oppressors, and raise for us from Thee one who will protect.
The train to Charleston will now depart. All aboard! Stand clear!
Johannesburg, Pretoria. Johannesburg, Pretoria. All passengers bound for Johannesburg and Pretoria to get onto this coach.
Where you going?
Pretoria.
This ticket is not valid, Sammy. This was for yesterday's train.
But my principal had wired you about the change. And the name is not Sammy. Please check. Gandhi is the name.
Oh, yes. Gandhi. Well, you can travel on the coachman's seat.
Aren't there any seats inside?
Only Europeans. No natives and coolies. Sammy, you can take my seat next to the coachman. I will travel inside. Get on, or we leave without you.
Come on, yeah, yeah, come on, come on, come on, yeah, come on, yeah, come on, come on, whoa.
Sammy, sit down there. I want to sit out and have a smoke.
I will do no such thing. You forced me to sit out here. This is now my seat.
Be quiet, you coolie bastard! Get down here! Start the coach! Filthy black bastard! Trying to ape a gentleman, huh?
Stop it! Stop it this instant or I'll report you!
Enough is enough. Let him be.
Well, are you going to let him go or aren't you?
Or not?
Yes, sir.
Get down there, I want to smoke.
Mr. Gandhi, come in, come in. I hope you had a pleasant journey.
Hardly pleasant, Mr. Baker.
Please take a seat.
I can't find a single hotel that will take me in.
I'm afraid there's a fearful amount of colour prejudice here. I may be able to find you lodgings, but I'm afraid they may not be up to your standards. I know a poor widow who'll take you in because she needs the money. Shall we go and take a look?
So when do I start work, Mr. Baker?
Ah, yes. It's a pity we won't be able to use you as a barrister, but you can assist me in communicating with Mr. Abdullah. That'll make things easier. Are you a Mohammedan, like Mr. Abdullah?
No, a Hindu. I'm afraid I don't know much about my own religion, and even less of others. I'm keen, though, to make a study of all religions.
Good, good. Some of us meet every day in the church at 1 o'clock to pray together. Perhaps you'd like to join us?
Yes.
Let us pray. Oh, gracious and most merciful Lord, we pray that you will show the true path to the new brother who has come amongst us. And grant him, O Lord, the peace that thou hast shown us. And may the Lord Jesus Christ, who died upon the cross to redeem us from our sins and to save us from damnation, save him also. And all this we pray in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ and Saviour. Amen. What is that you're wearing around your neck, Mr. Gandhi? Is that some kind of talisman?
Oh, that. From my mother.
Is it of religious significance?
Yes, in a way.
Superstition. You shouldn't be wearing charms around your neck, Mr. Gandhi. Why don't you take it off?
It will wear away with time.
All this binds you to superstition and ignorance. You should free yourself from it, Mr. Gandhi, and come to Christ.
If I'm called, I will.
God bless you.
Hey, you! Where do you think you're going, you cully? Come on! Come on! This is the house of President Kruger, and no cully is allowed on the pavement.
What do you think you're doing? Pushing him off like that?
I told him this was the house of President Kruger, sir. No cully is allowed on this pavement.
Are you all right, Mr. Gandhi?
Yes.
Do you know who this is? This man is a barrister. A man of a very high status. Such men should be taught a lesson. Why don't you take him to court? I'll be glad to testify.
Oh, no, I don't wish to charge him. He was only following orders. All colored men are the same to him.
Did you hear that?
Sorry, sir. I was only doing my duty, sir.
That was a very Christian act, Mr. Gandhi.
Is forgiveness a Christian monopoly, Mr. Baker? Salam Tayyab Seth.
And who are you, young man?
I'm Mohandas Gandhi. I'm working on Seth Abdullah's case against you.
Oh, and he asked you to come and see me?
No. He asked me to avoid you if I could. He's afraid you might influence me in your favor.
My cousin is a very suspicious man.
May I make a suggestion? Wouldn't it be better for both of you to come to a mutual agreement?
With Abdullah?
There's no harm in trying. You don't want to spend your time and money on a court case, do you?
All Abdullah wants to do is ruin me. How can I come to an agreement with Abdullah? He expects me to sell off my assets and go bankrupt to repay him. Do you know what that will do for my image in the community?
Will you at least consider it?
Consider it. Have some sharbat.
Thank you. I've heard that you have a lot of influence over the Indians here.
Somewhat. Why?
It would be good to discuss the problems that Indians face here. I've been here for 2 days and it's been difficult. Do you think you could arrange for a meeting? I think it would help.
I think so too. To your left, Gandhi bhai. I see that all this bothers you.
Why? Doesn't it bother you?
Gandhi bhai, many things bother us, but the government just doesn't care.
I live with an English lady. Her street is very clean.
It would be. The municipality cleans those areas. They don't clean ours.
Why? Don't you pay your taxes?
Sure we do. But they will still not clean our roads.
Then we should do it ourselves.
You are a strange young man. My cousin hires you to fight a case against me, and yet you befriend me. And now you want me to pick up a broom and sweep the streets. What else would you have me do?
Reconcile with your cousin. Yes?
You are not eating anything.
Oh, okay. Friends, may I have your attention, please? We're gathered here to say farewell to our dear friend, Mohandas Gandhi. He's been with us for a few months, and in this short period of time, he's endeared himself to us. He has achieved a great deal. He's got Abdullah Seth and Tayyab Seth to talk to each other. And I'm very pleased to mention that they have agreed to settle the case out of court. Gandhi bhai, you're a real miracle worker.
Oh, no.
Really. He has got our people in Pretoria to get together, to talk about their problems, and find solutions to these problems. Gandhi bhai, we will all miss you very much.
1 minute, please. Gandhi bhai, do you know anything about this bill?
What bill?
The new Indian franchise bill, before the Natal Parliament.
How does that concern us?
It does, Rustam Kaka. You are about to lose your vote.
What?
What use is the vote to us anyway? Harry Escom got us to vote for him once, and he won. Since then, we haven't voted for anyone. What does it matter now if they take away the vote?
This is the first nail in the coffin. First, you will lose your right to vote. Then your right to trade, your right to property, and finally your right to remain here as British citizens.
You mean they'll kick us all out?
We must consult with Harry Escom.
Harry Escom is the one who has introduced the bill.
Then you must take the case.
How can I? I shall be leaving soon. But there are so many young, educated Indians here who can take up the case.
There are, but they're Christians.
So what?
Let us be frank. They are not like us.
What difference does it make? Has it mattered that he's a Parsi and you are a Muslim and I a Hindu? Why should it matter whether they are Christians or that they speak Tamil or Telugu?
Stay, Gandhi bhai. Postpone your going. I think you will be able to do something.
Are you worried about the money?
Oh, we can pay. What are your legal fees?
Don't worry, all of us can pay.
No, I shall not take any fees. But I shall need money for other things. The first thing to do is to get the Speaker of the Assembly to postpone any further discussion on the bill until we present our petition. Then we must get signatures to the petition from all Indians, including Christians. But I'm going to need help from all of you.
So you will stay?
Yes, but only for a month.
Good morning, Mr. Escom.
Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
What brings you to my neighborhood?
House renting, sir, house renting. Mr. Gandhi is going to be your neighbor.
Really?
Yes, he's moving into a house just down the road there.
Well, gentlemen, let me not detain you.
Mr. Escom, I wonder if I could speak to you about a matter. Mr. Gandhi is applying to register as a barrister. Would you mind proposing his name?
Well, we will pay your usual fees, of course.
Of course.
That won't be necessary. Mr. Gandhi, I'll see you in my chamber.
I must apologize for this informality.
It's all right.
He seems reluctant.
Don't worry, he'll do it. He's in our debt.
Your Honor, I oppose the application on behalf of the Natal Law Society. I beg to submit the legal profession is reserved for Europeans.
The law, as it stands, makes no distinction between Europeans and others. The court has, therefore, no authority to prevent Mr. Gandhi being enrolled as an attorney. We admit his application. Mr. Gandhi, you can take the oath.
I state your name.
I, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi,
Do swear
do swear
that I will truly and honestly demean myself
that I will truly and honestly demean myself
in the practice of law,
in the practice of law,
according to the best of my knowledge and ability,
according to the best of my knowledge and ability,
and further, that I will be faithful to Her Majesty's colony of Natal.
that I will be faithful to Her Majesty's colony of Natal.
You must now submit to the rules of the court with regard to the dress to be worn by practicing attorneys. You can't wear your turban.
As Your Honor pleases.
I don't understand. Why did you agree to take your turban off? Earlier you'd refused.
I was a visitor then. I'm an officer of this court now. I cannot disregard a custom.
Yes, but I still think it's important not to compromise on a matter of principle, Gandhi Bhai.
The principle may be the same, but the circumstances are
I know,
different.
but Gandhi Bhai, the point of the
Wisdom, Kaka, why quibble on a minor matter? There are larger issues at stake. There's still a lot to be done.
You think a month is going to be enough? I think maybe you will have to stay longer.
I've already considered that. It's taken more than a month to get 10,000 signatures. We need to form a regular association.
Something like the Indian National Congress.
Yes.
Friends, the Natal Indian Congress is born on this day, August 22nd, 1894. I thank you for electing me president, and with Gandhi Bhai at my side as honorary secretary, my task will be made easy. Gandhi Bhai, would you like to present the aims and objectives of the Congress?
Our first aim is to bring about better understanding between people of color and Europeans.
Speak up, please. We can't hear you.
Our first aim is to bring about better understanding between people of color and Europeans in the colony. Second, to spread information about Indian conditions here. Third, to air our grievances and resort to constitutional means in resolving them. Fourth, to inquire into the conditions of indentured Indians and to help them overcome their hardships.
This office is for helping Indians. They told me so in the bazaar.
Oh dear. What happened? On the chair.
Mr. Peters is my master, but he's not a good man. This morning, he beat me and beat me. You see, my 2 teeth are broken.
Oh dear.
You must help me, or else I will die.
He's a Girmitya. He's indentured to one Mr. Peters.
First, let's get a doctor to dress his wounds. Try Dr. Booth, and make sure you get a certificate about his injuries. Don't worry. We'll take care of you. We'll take you to a magistrate and lay a complaint. Then we'll get you released from your contract. And find your new kind master. What's your name?
Balasundram. I have no money.
It's all right. We have money.
There are many others like me.
Jadubansi, why did your employer beat you?
I was gone mad, sir. My baby was burnt. My master gave no medicine. Every day, my baby cried in pain.
Where was your baby?
In the stable.
In the stable?
We sleep in the stable.
How many of you?
8, sir.
8 women?
No, I am the only woman. All the others, they are men. There are 3 Girmityas and 4 natives.
And your baby was all alone in the stable?
I was only allowed to feed him at midday.
Jadubansi! Hurry, the mistress wants you.
Just let me feed my baby. He's hungry.
Hurry, she wants you just now.
Out of the fields and straight into competition faster.
You clumsy girl. Now look what you've done. You will go without rations and wages for a week. Well, what are you looking at? Leave. I make bread. Broke when he died, sir. I couldn't go back to work.
So they beat me. And they kicked me. And for 3 days, they didn't give me no food.
What would you like to do now?
I will not go back to that master, sir. They put me in jail 4 times because I couldn't go back there. I will stay all my life in jail, but I will not go back to that master.
Is there nothing else that you would rather do?
I will go back to my village. I didn't want to come. They tricked me.
Will your people take you back?
They are my people, sir. They're my people.
Your Honor, I request that Jadu Bansi be released in my custody, and that an order be made for her repatriation.
So be it granted.
All our time is being taken up with cases of indentured laborers. Jadu Bansi can be sent back because she has people back in India. But there are so many people like you, Vincent. This is the only country they know. The employers only see them as contracted labor for £35 per annum. Either they work for the employer or they get shipped back. And those that remain here now are being forced to pay a poll tax of £25 per person.
It's terrible to ask a family of 4 to pay £100.
It's inhuman. The entire system of indentured labor is evil. I will petition the Viceroy in India when I get back to Bombay. Maybe I shall inform the members of Parliament in England too. Vincent, perhaps I should write a pamphlet.
Why not? Incidentally, when are you bringing your family over?
As soon as I wind up my affairs in Bombay.
Captain Milne! Captain Milne, can you hear me? Yes, I do. Can I land my passengers? No, not yet. You're still flying the quarantine flag. Just a formality, sir. As we left Bombay, plague broke out. You only left Bombay 18 days ago. You will remain quarantined in midstream until further notice.
Why aren't they allowing us to land?
No, it's nothing. Stop worrying. It's Dada Abdullah's ship. He's bound to do something.
But what if they don't allow us to land? What will happen then? Have we done the right thing to come? Why did you have to write that pamphlet?
Mr. Gandhi came to the colony and enjoyed all the privileges the colony could afford. Instead of facts, he has written a scandalous pamphlet against us. He has dragged us into the gutter and painted us black and filthy as his own skin. There are thousands of coolies on those 2 ships out there, ready to invade the colony and take over our jobs. They must be sent back. The government is refusing to do so. Why? Because they are our Majesty's subjects. Order! Order! State Attorney, Mr. Eskin is here.
Gentlemen! I can assure you that the government is with you. The entire Legislative Assembly is with you. But the laws are not with you. We will pass new laws to prevent Indians immigrating to the colony.
What about the coolies on the ships?
As far as the Indians on the Kurland and Nadiri are concerned, we will keep the quarantine up until they leave of their own accord.
I have here with me an ultimatum from the Anti-Indian Committee, which has been formed to prevent the landing of your passengers. I must inform your passengers of its contents. All passengers who are desirous of settling in Natal are ignorant of the state of feeling here in Durban. But we have it from the Attorney General, Harry Eskom, that if you people are willing to return to India, the colony will pay the expense. We desire an answer before the ship comes alongside the wharf, whether you elect to return to India or force a landing against the thousands of men who are ready and waiting to oppose your landing.
Silence! 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 You cannot be stopped from landing legally. You have been quarantined in outer anchorage for 26 days. And each day costs my company £150. That does not matter. What is important is our dignity. I will fight with you to the bitter end. Quarantine or no quarantine, you will all disembark. The government is responsible for your safety.
We have every right to land, and we will land. Please inform the Anti-Indian Committee that we do not agree to return.
We are now ready to effect a landing. I've instructed my men not to allow any demonstrators on board. If they do, the Union Jack will be lowered and presented to them. They dare not molest you if we surrender the flag. I ask you to be calm and don't panic. Good luck to you all.
You have won your battle. The government bows to your wishes. The Legislative Assembly will pass the necessary legislation to restrict future Indian immigration. You will soon be armed with this law, but you do not have this law now. So you must allow these Indians to disembark peacefully. Go back to your homes now and leave the rest to your government.
Yes. The luggage.
Please.
I want you here. Mr. Gandhi, Mr. Gandhi, a message from Mr. Gandhi.
Yes.
Where's the
Kastur?
Yes?
Mr. Eskom has sent me a note. He doesn't want me to land with the others. He wants me to leave after dark with police escort. You'd better go ahead with the boys. I'll join you later.
No, we'll go with you.
Don't worry about me. I'll be all right. Dada Abdullah is waiting in his carriage. He will take you to Rustam Kaka's house. Here, take this. Manilal.
Come on, hurry. Hold Bunny's hand.
Now carefully.
I am Lord. Mr. Abdullah sent me to ask why you're not going shore.
Mr. Eskom has asked me to wait until dark and only leave with police escort.
What nonsense. Are you a thief to steal away in the night? The town is already full of talk of how scared you are.
Why? I have nothing to be afraid of. It's just that Mr. Escom has shown concern and I've deferred to his request.
Defer to Escom? Do you not know that he is behind the anti-Indian demonstrations? If you sneak away in the dark, he will have proved that you're a coward.
Well then, let's go.
Gandhi! It's Gandhi! Boo!
Stop that immediately! Leave him alone! Leave him alone!
Mr. Gandhi. Mr. Gandhi, are you all right?
Those hooligans, you should have them all arrested. I couldn't let that crowd attack you. You should lodge a complaint. My husband will gladly record your statement.
I think I've been vindicated. Their act of violence was just a result of their ignorance. I must get to my family. They'd be anxious.
Of course, I'll have you escorted. I'm Superintendent Alexander, and this is my wife. See to it that Mr. Gandhi gets home safely.
Yes, Lieutenant. Thank you.
I'm sorry you were assaulted, and apologize on behalf of the people of Durban. The Prime Minister of England has cabled us that your assailants must be prosecuted. Are you able to identify any of them?
Perhaps one or two. But I do not wish to prosecute them, sir. They were only acting on the information given to them by their leaders, which includes yourself and the government of Natal. Will you or the government of Natal prosecute yourself, sir?
If you'd followed my advice, there'd have been no attack.
I should not have doubted your intention. That was a mistake.
Mr. Gandhi, a word of friendly advice. This is not England, nor even India. Here in South Africa, the interests of the European settlers come first. Otherwise, we stand to lose everything to the natives. Her Majesty's government knows this, and so should you. Writing that pamphlet was not a wise thing to do.
In such matters, sir, it is better not to be wise.
And so we settled down in South Africa. Bapu's law practice was doing well, and his involvement with the Indian cause kept him very busy.
Hari, come here and take this inside. Don't be clumsy.
But he seemed to have changed. Having other people serving you hand and foot now appeared wrong to him. He wanted to live more simply. But this was not so easy on our children or me. Why are you keeping him from his studies? If the boys are going to do all this, when will they study? And when are you sending them to school?
We've gone into that before. The local Indian schools are of no use to them. And I will not use my influence to get them admitted into European schools. I don't want any special concessions for my children. I'll teach them myself.
You don't have the time. Will you give up your law practice and everything else to teach them?
Your Panchama clerk has forgotten to clean his chamber pot. Can you hear me? Your Panchama clerk has forgotten to clean his chamber pot.
So, you clean it.
I will not. I will not clean the chamber pot of anybody and everybody. Look, I've tolerated it so far because of you. And now you want me to clean after an untouchable?
No one is untouchable.
This is all wrong. Have you forgotten your dharma, your beliefs? Don't you care for these things?
I will not listen to such nonsense. If you don't do it, then I will.
Give it to me.
Don't act as if I'm forcing you, because this won't do in my house.
Your house, your wife, your children, your guests. All right. Keep them all to yourself. I'm leaving.
You want to go? You want to go? Then leave now. Get out of my house this very minute.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Have you no shame? You're pushing me out in this condition? Where am I to go? And just because I'm your wife, I have to put up with your nonsense? Just behave yourself. What will the neighbors think? I'll do it.
And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Kastur? What is it? Huh? What is it? Has the time come? Huh?
Get the midwife.
Hurry! Hurry! Go and call Rukmani Ben quickly. Go. Is it bad? She'll be here soon. It's all right. Don't worry. It's going to be all right. I'm here. It's going to be all right. Okay. Now just breathe hard. Breathe hard. Breathe from your mouth. Slowly. Yes. All right. Slowly. Slowly. Don't push so hard. Yes. If you're gonna push so hard, you'll have a tear. I won't know what to do. Right. Yes. Yes. Another boy. How are you feeling?
You would have made an excellent midwife.
So, the British are going to fight the Boers. No matter who wins, we remain exactly where we are.
I still think we must support the British.
Why should we? The British treat us no better than the Boers.
My British friends assure me that one of the issues in this war is Indian rights in the Transvaal.
Nonsense. The Boers are fighting for their freedom. Why should we help to crush them?
The gold mines in Transvaal is what the British want to grab. That is what this war is all about. Gold.
Haven't we claimed to be British citizens in every single petition? This is the chance to prove it.
Prove what? The whites are fighting amongst themselves. Let them.
It's not that simple. We are always being accused of being parasites.
What do you want us to do? You want us to go marching down the road with those volunteers? Huh?
Are you serious?
I don't know how to be a soldier. Huh? I don't even know how to fire a gun.
Rustam Kaka, there are other ways to serve.
A letter for you.
Read this for me.
My respected wife, Kastur, I hope this letter finds you and the boys well.
Our stretcher corps is in the thick of battle. The British army met with reverse after reverse in the beginning of the war, and large numbers were wounded. Carrying the wounded 7 or 8 miles on foot is part of our daily routine. Sometimes we carry badly wounded soldiers over a distance of 25 miles. Though our work is supposed to be outside the firing line, the action at Spionkop found us in the midst of battle. The war is coming to an end. I should be back soon. Our work is being appreciated and everyone believes that Indian grievances are surely going to be redressed. The attitudes of the whites appear to have changed. I think that my work in South Africa is now over. We will soon be going home.
Aren't these farewell gifts beautiful?
Yes.
This one was given by Rustam Kaka, wasn't it?
Yes.
So pretty. And this one, this diamond necklace. Just read this.
The madrasis.
Oh, madrasis. And this one, this gold chain. Do you see this?
The Gujarati Hindus. It's in your name, Ba.
This will be for your bride.
Now, if you finish with all this admiring, please go and put that in the safe.
These to me, money.
What do you think? Shall we keep all this jewelry? Do we need such costly presents? What do you say, Mani?
Papa, we don't need them.
Shall we return them?
What if we need them later?
Why would we need them later? Now, will you plead with your mother to return these costly jewels?
Pa, we decided. We decided to give them back.
If your father wants to be a sannyasi, let him. You don't have to follow him.
Papa is right. Why do we need them?
You keep quiet. I'm talking to your father. You may not, but I need these jewels for my daughters-in-law.
When the time comes, you can ask me.
Ask you? You were the one who sold my jewelry. All that my father gave me. And now you're going to get jewels for my daughters-in-law. I will not allow these to be returned. And that necklace with 50 guineas, that was given to me. What right do you have to return it?
These jewels were given to me for my services to the community.
Here I work night and day. Is that no service? I slave like an untouchable, serving all and sundry.
I'm going to write to Rustam Kaka returning all these jewels. They shall be kept in a trust for the community.
Just a hard, uncaring man. After 5 years in South Africa, we came back to India. Of our 4 boys, Ramdas and Devdas were born there. Bapu established his office in Bombay, and his law practice was picking up. Just when we seemed to be settling down, a cable arrived from South Africa with unsettling news. Without a second thought, Bapu departed for South Africa, leaving us behind.
When the British took over the Transvaal, we thought things would become better. But they only became worse. Achalia Bai, Amli Naidu, and in fact, all of us are keen that you represent us.
They've put restrictions on our owning property here. Lands leased by us have been confiscated. Now this new Asiatic department that was set up to help us is doing quite the opposite. That's why we sent for you, Gandhi Bhai.
This Mr. Fowle is an old India hand. Not easy to deal with.
Mr. Fowle will see you now.
Good morning, Mr. Fowle.
This is Mr. Mohandas Gandhi, Mr. Fowle.
Gandhi? How did he get into the Transvaal?
Mr. Alexander, the Natal Chief of Police, was kind enough to issue me a permit, sir.
Alexander must have given you a permit through oversight. You are not a Transvaal domiciled Indian.
I have lived in Pretoria for a whole year.
That was in the Boer Republic, not the British colony. I represent the Crown here. You may not wait on Mr. Chamberlain. You may go now.
How dare he insult you?
Patience, Naidu. Patience.
Just a moment, Mr. Tyre. Tyre! Look, Mr. Chamberlain does not want to see Gandhi again. He's already met him in Durban. Why do you insist on including him in your delegation? He does not live here. What does he know of your conditions?
I suppose you do, Mr. Fowle.
If you can't come with us, we cancel the deputation.
Don't do that. They'll think we haven't got a case.
What do you mean? Allow Fowle to treat you like this? I'll break his bloody legs.
Naidu, will that solve our problem? No. Violence is not the answer. Neither are petitions and delegations. We must mobilize Indian opinion. Yes? We need our own mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece? We have you?
My voice is not loud enough. I was thinking of our own newspaper. Something that reflects our own viewpoint. My young friend Madanjit has a printing press. Yes.
Get ready with your permits. We will deport anyone who does not have the residential permit. Prepare yourselves for relocation elsewhere.
Gandhi bhai, isn't the plague contagious?
Highly contagious. Do you want to leave?
No, it's fine.
Gandhi bhai. Good morning, Mr. Gandhi.
Good morning.
We read your letter about the plague in the newspaper. We would like to offer our services.
That's very kind of you. Fortunately, we've come to the end of our nursing duties. Unless, of course, we have new patients. Heaven forbid.
Is there anything at all we can do? I'm Henry Pollack. I write for the Transvaal Critic.
The Critic? You're the one who wrote on the Indian question.
I stand accused. Mr. Albert West, he runs a printing press.
Perhaps we can print some pamphlets for you.
Printing press? Well, we publish the Indian opinion. Madanjit here manages a press. Well, as you can see, he's in no position to do so at the moment. Would you like to go to Durban to run the press for us? We can offer you a salary of £10 a month and a share in the profits.
Well, I can leave tomorrow if you like.
Mr. Pollack, perhaps you would like to write for the Indian opinion.
Even though the Indian opinion became a powerful weapon for the Indian cause, Albert West was unable to keep the paper from going bankrupt. Bapu was reluctant to shut down the paper, and I was worried because it was using up all our savings.
Have you decided what you want to do with the Indian opinion?
I don't want to shut it down. I think I owe it to Albert. He's been working without pay all this time.
How can you afford to keep it going?
We'll have to make it pay for itself.
You should not have stopped taking advertisements.
The aim of journalism is service, Henry, not commerce. What are you reading?
Would you like to read it?
John Ruskin. Unto this last.
Reading that little book, Bapu found the direction he was seeking.
I cannot speak for anyone else, but I'm willing to work without wages.
It won't work. It's better to close it down.
No, I don't agree. Maybe we should reduce our wants and live a simpler life. I think if we grow our own food and build simple huts to live in, we don't need any wages.
What kind of a pipe dream is that?
You know what Ruskin says? The life of the tiller of soil and weaver of cloth is worth living. Whatever the labor, that of the barrister or that of the scavenger, is equal in value. All labor is equal. All men and women are equal. And the good of the individual is contained in the good of all. I want to get a farm and put the printing press there.
The paper is a business. It cannot be run from a farm.
It's an idea worth considering. Don't you see what Gandhi Bhai is driving at? The Indian opinion has not been a business. It's a labor of love.
Well, count me out of it. I'm going back to India. I didn't come here to be a peasant.
Gandhi Bhai, we are with you. I will join you with my family.
Have you found a farm yet?
Not yet. But I will.
Hello there.
Hello. I'm Mohandas Gandhi.
Oh, Mr. Gandhi. I'm Dube, Reverend John Dube. What brings you here?
We are planning a settlement here.
Settlement? That's interesting.
Well, we are trying to emulate you. I know of your excellent school here and I've seen your paper, the Elangalas in Natal.
Yes. Your Indian opinion and my paper use the same place for a while.
Yes, we are going to be neighbors soon. We have a lot in common.
Above all, we have God in common.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye now. I am one.
Enclosed are the latest copies of the Indian opinion. From this you can get much of the news here.
I thought I would return to India in a few months, but now it seems unlikely. If your mother decides to join me, you are to come with her, bringing Ramdas and Devdas. Manilal could stay on in Bombay with cousin Chhaganlal to continue his studies. Your loving father.
But I don't want to stay here.
Then you go with Ba. I'll stay and finish my school.
Is that the real reason you want to stay back? I know Haridas Kaka has promised to marry Chanchal to you. I also know the two of you are meeting each other.
So?
Your father doesn't want you to marry before you're 21. With what are you going to support your wife?
Once I'm properly educated, I can. Why not?
What will I tell your father then?
Here. This way. Come this way. Now. Oh, what is this? Did you have an accident?
Ramdas fell off the stairs on the ship, and I got my fingers stuck in the window of the train.
Very careless, We shall have to put you both right with mud packs. You haven't told me why Harilal is not here.
Bapu, Harilal is going to marry Chanchal.
But I had written to them that they were not to get married until they were older. He's not even 20.
Yes, but Hari was afraid that the girl's family will not wait.
If he wants to get married in spite of what I told him, then it's his business. But I will stop thinking of him as a son.
You can't do that.
At least for the present. That boy was conceived in a moment of lust. It seems to have affected his nature.
He who directs himself through dedicated action, free from attachment, in full control of his senses, excels. He who directs himself through dedicated action, free from attachment, in full control.
Shall I prepare the room upstairs for Hari and Chanchal?
He should only bring her here when he can support her.
Why? We look after her.
A little separation will do him no harm. The Gita says we must be free from attachment.
You say anything that comes to your mind. Why are we born then if we have to give up this and that?
Kastur, to earn merit, we must learn to give up something. Haven't we managed well without servants? I think we must give up this house and go and live in Phoenix on our settlement. I've also decided that from now on, we shall use up all our savings for community service.
You want us to give up this house? You want us to give up everything?
I haven't said we must give up everything, but we must learn to live without possessions.
But what's the point in living if we cannot even keep the little that we have?
We have each other.
Did I have a choice in the matter?
You do love me.
I do. For better or worse.
For better. I know. Having you by my side is the best thing in my life. After serving others, of course.
What kind of best is that?
Reverend Dubé! Reverend Dubé! Has something happened?
12 of our people have been blown up at the mouth of the cannon by the British as revenge for the killing of 2 tax collectors by Bambata's men. I'm killing of 12 lives for 2.
That's terrible news. What's going to happen now?
Hey, man, Abantu Bonkelab. They've risen in revolt against the poll tax. We have war on our hands, I'm telling you.
I want to revive the stretcher corps.
Why should we? Why should we offer our services to help the government to put down Chief Bambata's rebellion? After the Boer War, what did we get? Just false promises, that's all.
Gandhi Bhai, the Zulus are protesting against the poll tax just as we are. Would you call that a rebellion?
They want to force the Zulu farmers off their land and into their mines and in their plantations. That's it.
Yes.
I know that justice is clearly on the side of the Zulus. But as long as we are British subjects, we will have to support the government.
Bring that body over there. Put it in the corner. All right, now that put behind. Yes. Leave it with his space. Bring that one in here.
Who did this? These are not battle wounds.
They were flogged.
Flogged? Why?
The general ordered them flogged. They were taken prisoner as suspects and then left unattended for further punishment.
Where is the nursing staff?
They absolutely refused to attend to these people.
Isn't it their duty as human beings? Huh?
Perhaps you and your men would help. I know it's not part of your duties, but some of these people haven't been attended to for 4 days.
This isn't war. It's a manhunt.
Aren't you coming to bed?
I can't get over the horror. The suffering I've seen on the battlefield. You know, Kastur, when I was carrying the wounded and the dead, I felt so small, so inadequate. How can I help those who suffer if I can't share their burden of pain? If I have to serve others, I have to empty myself of all desires, detach myself from all ties, wealth, family, wife.
You wish to leave me?
I want to free myself from desire for you. Will you help me, Kastur?
I can do it. But for you to control your desire
It's like gathering an ocean in a teacup.
This new bill will require all of our Indians above the age of 8, man, woman, or child, to carry an identity pass. To get this pass, each one of us must give thumb and finger impressions like criminals. Those who do not register before the Registrar of Asiatics will lose their right of residence, can be fined, imprisoned, even deported.
This pass has to be produced on demand. Even when you're away and your wife is alone at home, the police can enter and order her to produce her pass. Will you accept this? Today, those with colored skins need this passport, but those whose skins are white need only the passport of their skins. This is the equality we were promised by Queen Victoria. We will not submit to this oppression.
I will not submit to this bill. And if any police officer comes to take my wife's fingerprints, I will die before I let him enter my house. This is a war of principles, a jihad. As Allah as my witness, I swear that I will not give my fingerprints or carry a pass like a criminal. How many of you all are prepared to join me?
Haji Habib has asked you to take an oath in the name of God. Each one must search his own heart and only take this solemn oath because his conscience allows him to do so. Not under any force. No. Our demands are just. Therefore, our means must be truthful. Satyagraha is based on truth. And truth means that our actions cannot be violent. Violence only begets greater violence. It does not mean that we shall not undergo any suffering. Because it is only through suffering that we can change the hearts and minds of those that oppress us. I ask each one of you to pray silently to God within yourself to give us strength to face the struggle ahead.
Brothers, do not register. This is a black bill. We don't want any of our people to submit to it. Please go back. Please do not register. Don't go in back. This is a black bill. Leave. No, do not register. No, don't come in back. Go. It's a black bill. Don't go. It's a black bill. Don't register. Don't register. It's a black bill.
You are a merchant, Mr. Kachalya?
I was a merchant until a few days ago.
What happened?
Your Honor, what happened to him a week ago is of no relevance to the case. The accused has refused to register in terms of the Asiatic Act as he is required to.
Your Honor, I intend to show that the two are interrelated.
Proceed, Mr. Gandhi.
Mr. Kachalya, would you please tell the court what happened a week ago?
My creditors forced me to liquidate all my assets to pay them out. Since then, they've refused to give me any more goods. I've had to shut down my business. They declared me insolvent.
But were you insolvent?
No, Your Honor. I paid them out 20 shillings to the pound.
This doesn't make sense.
Your Honor, when an Indian refuses to register, the matter is not confined to the law enforcing agency. All the prejudices of the white community descend on him. Mr. Kachalya's creditors declared him insolvent because, in their own words, they resented his involvement with Satyagraha.
What was that?
Passive resistance, Your Honor.
Well, surely they have a point there. All Mr. Kachalia's creditors wanted was the security that he remained solvent by not dabbling in politics.
Was there any danger of your becoming insolvent because you refused to register?
No, Your Honor.
What is your response to the charge against you?
I cherish my freedom and my honor. I will never register and I will never carry a pass. Your Honor, it would mean giving up my freedom and demeaning my person, and I would never do that.
I find you guilty as charged and sentence you to 3 months hard labor with the option of a fine of £300.
Why aren't you working? I don't like this work. You don't like it working? If I say you work, you piece of your mother pigs! If I say you work, you work. What do you think this is? A holiday camp?
Silence in court.
Proceed.
In the case of Rex versus Gandhi, the defendant entered the colony and was ordered to register or leave within 48 hours on the 28th of December. He failed to do so.
Do you have any questions?
If the court permits, I wish to make a statement.
Please make it short.
My compatriots have been tried for the same offense. They have been sentenced to 3 months imprisonment and a heavy fine. If they have committed an offense, then I have committed a greater offense. I therefore ask for the heaviest penalty.
You ask for the heaviest sentence under the law?
Yes, sir.
Silence in court. That is totally out of proportion. Your offense was contempt of court for having disobeyed that order of December the 28th. Now, this is essentially a political offense, and had it not been for your defiance of the law, the court would have passed a lightest possible sentence. In the circumstances, 2 months simple imprisonment is fair.
I'd like you to come to my office.
Are you all right, Mr. Gandhi?
As well as could be under the circumstances.
General Smuts has sent me to you with an offer. I discussed it with the president of your association and the other leaders, and they've left the matter entirely in your hands.
What is the offer?
I have it here.
Mr. Gandhi for you, sir. So, you are Mr. Gandhi?
Yes.
I am sorry you have had to suffer imprisonment.
Suffering is part of living, General Smuts. You know that as well as I do. You have seen war.
Yes, indeed. I understand you were helping the British against us.
And now you have come to terms with them.
You know, Mr. Gandhi, I admire your people. They didn't lose heart when their leader was in prison. They went on regardless. You can be proud of your followers.
Yes, I am. Yet you despise us.
No, I don't, I assure you. I have studied law in England, just like yourself. Many of my fellow students were Indians. Splendid chaps. But here, I represent European interest. They want this law. If I defy them, they will turn against me. Well, that is democracy for you.
Of course. Democracy is solely the birthright of Europeans.
I have consulted with General Botha. Once your people undergo a voluntary registration, I assure you I will repeal the act.
No registration with fingerprints. This is an emotional issue with my people.
Where necessary, finger impressions will have to be given. But we will waive this in exceptional cases. We will not tolerate harassment of those who cooperate with us.
General Smuts, so far we have been dissuading people from registering. Now you want us to persuade them to register. That's easier said than done.
Well, that concludes our business. I will send you a draft of the bill for your comments. As of this moment, you are free to go.
What about the others?
They will be released tomorrow morning.
I have a small problem. I have no money.
How much do you need?
Just the fare to Johannesburg. Thank you.
Curious.
My friends, the truth of our struggle has forced the government to release our people from jail. But as a compromise, they insist that we register ourselves voluntarily, after which the Asiatic Act will be repealed.
First, the government must take back the Black Act. Only then will we register.
But then the Europeans may say that General Smuts has given in to us.
Gandhi bhai, what if Smuts does not repeal the act?
He said that he will. We must have faith in him. We should not always mistrust our enemy.
Do we have to give our fingerprints?
Yes and no. We must give our fingerprints. But those of you who feel that it is against your religion or conscience may just give their thumb impressions.
What will you do?
I will give all 10 fingerprints.
You traitor! You have turned against us. You said that only criminals gave fingerprints, and now you want us to become criminals.
Mir Alam, I have nothing against fingerprints, but against being forced. If you force me to salute you, I would be demeaning myself. But if I salute you of my own accord, it just shows my humility, my good manners.
I have heard that you're getting £15,000 to betray us. We will never give fingerprints, nor will we allow anyone else to do so. I swear, as Allah is my witness, I will kill any man who applies for registration.
Then you will have to kill me first, because I'm going to be the first one to register. Trust is the word.
Where do you think you are going?
I'm going to register.
By giving 10 fingerprints.
If you come with me, I will get you a certificate with only 2 thumb impressions.
Traitor!
Are you all right, Mr. Gandhi?
Reverend Doug.
How do you feel?
All right. Just some pain in my chest and my teeth hurt. Oh. Where is Mir Alam?
He's been arrested. His companions as well.
No. They should be released.
That can be arranged later. You are our concern now. I shall take you to my home.
No, I can't.
But you will be safer there.
I have nothing to fear.
How are you, Mr. Gandhi?
Not well enough to make it to your office, Mr. Chamney. I wanted to be the first to register.
Well, I brought your papers with me. No one is willing to register unless you do. Now, first, the signing. There we go. And then the fingerprints, I'm afraid.
Yes.
We'll need this. Thank you for this.
We've been betrayed. Smuts has introduced a new bill in Parliament.
What are you saying?
He has withdrawn the Black Act, only to introduce a new one, calling for compulsory registration of all Indians, even children.
You see, Gandhi Bhai, you were wrong to trust him.
He gave me his word he would withdraw the act.
You should have got it in writing.
You are too trusting, Gandhi Bhai.
A Satyagrahi has to trust his opponent, even if his opponent plays him false 20 times.
You will one day meet your death in Satyagraha and drag poor mortals like us along with you.
What do we do now?
Resume Satyagraha. What else?
I have here a telegram from the governor. Transvaal government regrets determination of Asians to oppose new bill and announces inability to withdraw bill. Please. Our demands have been rejected. 2 new bills have been passed. One to register all Asians in South Africa, and the other to close the door to all those except indentured laborers who may wish to come here. This is the most drastic kind of legislation that could have been passed in the empire. If we submit now, then we shall be traitors to our country, to God, and to our oath. We have come here today to get rid of our dog collars, to burn these certificates of our humiliations. May I ask all those who wish to burn their certificates to please come forward.
Gandhi Bhai, I want to be the first to burn my certificate. I was wrong to attack you as I did. Please forgive me.
Gandhi Baba ki! Gandhi Baba ki! Gandhi Baba ki!
What the devil are you here for? For our conscience sake. Conscience be damned. Strip.
What? All of us together?
Yes, all of you. What do you think? I'm going to examine you individually?
Excuse me, sir. I'm not feeling very well, sir.
You're just too bloody fat. Some good hard labor will soon put you right. Now, strip.
Good to see you looking so happy, Hari. It seems jail suits you. Babu, I have been here more times than you have. I hope this is the last time.
After it is over, you must allow me to study further. Why? You are helping our cause better this way. Babu, I want to improve my status, like you did by studying in England. Why are you sending Chhagan Lal to England and not me? Chhagan Lal's family has sacrificed everything to join us in Phoenix. Your cousin is single-handedly running the Indian opinion. His education will better our cause. You think he is devoted to the cause? Once Chhagan gets to England, he'll not come back. Even now, all he does is complain about us to everyone in Phoenix. Haridal does this, Haridal does that. And he says Ba makes all the press employees do her personal work. All right, that's enough.
What is going on here? No talking. Get on with your work. Disperse. All of you before I call the police.
You're attracting too much attention here. We're taking you to another prison.
Mr. Gandhi, where are you going?
Ah, my little one.
Olive, come here.
Why don't you eat?
I don't eat animal flesh.
Why are you here? You are suffering so much. What did you do?
I refuse to carry the Dome Pass.
What about the others?
They don't want to carry them.
You are ill.
No. I just need some fresh air.
You are a good man. Come with me.
Thank you.
Open the door.
Gandhi, your wife is critically ill. Now, I have orders for your release, but you must pay the fine first.
That I will never do. But if you will post a letter for me, I would be very grateful.
Very well.
My dear Kastur, I can only come if I agree to pay the fine, which I refuse to do. If you keep up your courage and take the necessary nutrition, you will recover while I'm still in jail. If in keeping with my fate you pass away, I should only say that I love you dearly.
That even if you are dead, you are alive to me. God willing, you will live, your devoted husband.
Stop pacing backwards and forwards and wearing out the floor. Get some sleep. You're to be released in the morning.
A small operation will stop the bleeding. But she's very anemic and she's lost a lot of weight. I can't risk giving her chloroform.
Kastur, have you heard what the doctor said?
If it's necessary, let him do it.
But first, I must build up her strength. I'll give her beef tea.
No.
Then it is impossible for me to treat her. You'll have to take her to another doctor. I'll not risk her dying under my care.
Now first we'll have to change your diet. It would be good if you give up salt and dal. It will make you feel much better.
You always want me to give up things.
It's only for your own good.
Let it be. Leave my dal and salt. Why me? Even you can't give it up.
All right. Then from today I shall give up salt and dal for a whole year.
Hey, Ram. Why did I provoke you? I'll give up salt and dal. But please, take back your vow, or I'll never forgive myself. Please.
Kastur, don't blame yourself. A diet without salt and dal will only improve your health. And a vow once taken cannot be revoked.
Stubborn. Just stubborn.
Why are you so selfish? Your vow, your Satyagraha. Our wishes do not count. It is only what you want that matters.
It's all right, honey.
Bapu, I want to talk to you. Why don't you send me to England, now that Changalal has dropped his studies and run away to India?
Hari, I need you here.
Bapu, I beg of you to send me to England. I can be something. I know I can.
I have decided to send Shapurji Adajania in Chhagan's place. He's a brilliant student.
I might have been brilliant too if you only let me. But you treat us like animals in a circus. We must always dance to you.
Hari, don't let anger get the better
We
of
are
you.
all victims of your fads. You took a vow of abstinence even though you're married. And yet you expect Bart to go on serving you. You want all of us to follow your example.
It seems that I have failed you.
Yes, you have. You are simply using us to satisfy your own ego.
If you feel that your father has done you wrong, then you must forgive him.
You're doing all this for the Indian community. How is living in poverty, abstinence, manual labor, not eating this or that, get us our political rights? If you had made money or given your family a decent life and educated your children, would our struggles have so?
पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव
Bapu, I've left for India as it has become unbearable for me to be with you any longer. Our differences cannot be reconciled. Your son Hari.
I knew this would happen.
Would I have stopped him? I would never have stopped him. At least he could have said goodbye.
You know he hurts easily. He's always been a sensitive boy.
God will do his will. I cannot sit and brood over my personal problems. There is lots of work to be done. Lots of work to be done.
Mohanbai, I would like to introduce you to a well-known architect, Mr. Herman Kallenbach. He is a great devotee of Tolstoy.
That makes two of us. Haven't I seen you somewhere before?
I attended your lecture on the Gita. I see you are not celebrating this great occasion of the Union of South Africa.
Not much fun for us, Mr. Kallenbach. There are still so many of us in prison. We have nowhere to put their families.
Herman has an offer concerning that.
Yes, I own about 100 acres near Lawley, not far from here. It is rather neglected, but I could let you have it. Free of rent, of course.
You take my breath away.
You see, we can now have a second Phoenix farm.
Why Phoenix? We shall call it Tolstoy Farm.
How much longer do you intend to keep up the struggle?
Until the government withdraws the Anti-Asiatic Act.
Mohanbai, there is no end in sight. And the traders who have so far been funding you have lost heart.
I have faith in our cause.
So, Gandhi, my boy, I'm sorry for you. You put up a clean fight, but now your movement is running out of steam. You know I want peace, but my hands are tied. The act cannot be amended.
I see no difficulty.
The whites will not accept it. I've already conceded everything else. You and your families will be protected.
We don't need your protection. All we want is that you put an end to racial discrimination. We refuse to be treated as outcasts because of the color of our skin.
You are not stating it fairly.
And would you care to state it in your own words, sir?
Look, there are only a handful of Europeans in South Africa. As it is, we have enough trouble with the natives. We cannot have any more Asiatics coming here and causing further problems.
And that is not discrimination for you? It's particularly bad in the Orange Free State.
The Free Staters will not have one more Indian.
No Indian would care to be in the Orange Free State either. It's just that we will not tolerate a racial bar. If you will show me the Free State law, I'll show you how you can amend it.
Bring me a copy of the Free State law.
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Gandhi, what are you doing now?
Looking after the families of passive resistors.
It gives me no pleasure to imprison these people. Are you still practicing law?
No, not at present.
So what are you doing for a living? Have you plenty of money?
I'm living as a pauper, just as the others on Tolstoy Farm.
Tolstoy Farm?
Yes, Mr. Kallenbach's farm.
Ah, old Kallenbach. He's an admirer of yours, isn't he?
No, I wouldn't say an admirer. He's a good friend.
I must come and see the farm. Where is it?
Near Lowly. Why don't you come and join us?
Yes, to oppose General Smuts.
I'm coming to
Smuts has pulled the wool over our eyes again, Gandhi Bhai. The new Immigration Act has been gazetted. Asians will now be debarred from the entire country, not just the Orange Free State.
Neither have they abolished the poll tax. Rogues, humbugs, that's what they are.
Here's something new. Justice Searle's judgment. He decrees marriages conducted according to our religious rites are illegal because they are not registered.
Well, then I think Satyagraha must be revived.
Our people have lost heart, Gandhi Bhai. So many years of struggle with nothing to show.
How many Satyagrahis can we get hold of?
A few. About 40 maybe.
I think a handful would be enough. We shall begin with the women.
Women?
Yes. Your wife from Tolstoy, my wife from Phoenix. Have you heard something?
What is it?
You are no longer my wedded wife.
Who says so? You create new problems every day.
Not I. The government. Our marriage is not registered like a Christian one, so it is illegal. Therefore, you are no longer my wife, but my concubine.
Where do these useless people get such stupid ideas?
Are you prepared to fight to become my wife once more?
You want me to go to jail?
No, I don't want you to go. You must make your own choice.
Why? Won't you ask me?
You must make up your own mind. Maybe you shouldn't go. Your health is not so good.
All of a sudden, my health has become so important. If I can survive you, I can survive Satyagraha.
If you are not successful, you may have to go to jail again and again, even if you find that there is no one to look after your children. Are you all prepared for that? Because it's not too late to change your mind.
Anyone who wants to may stay behind. But remember that you are going to jail not just to defend your honor, but to fight for the rights of Indians in South Africa. And I assure you, it's not going to be easy.
Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram Ishvara Allah Tero Naam Sabko Sanmati De Bhagwan Ishvara Allah Tero Naam Sabko Sanmati De Bhagwan Raghupati Raghav Raja
Gandhi Bhai, we have heard that Kasturba Devi and other friends in Phoenix are in jail. We would also like to offer Satyagraha.
Yes, of course. But they might not arrest you. If they don't, you go to the miners and persuade them to strike against the poll tax. They may not strike, but you will get arrested for inciting them.
The government has gone back on its word. It promised to abolish the poll tax, but you still have to pay £3 when your contract expires or go back to India. Are you willing to pay? No! Then strike! Stop your work now. We have left our homes for your cause. Gandhi Baba's wife and son are in jail. Are you willing to join us? Yes! You join us!
Where do you think you're going? Get back! Go back to your barracks! I'm warning you! Weapons and on fire!
Gandhi Baba ki jai! 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 Gandhi Baba ki
Mr. Gandhi, you must call off the strike. Do you realize how much we are losing every day?
The miners are striking to protest against the £3 tax.
But what has the £3 tax got to do with us?
If you want your workers to come back to your mines, then you must ask the government to abolish the tax.
But how can we do that? That is a government matter. We are only employers. Now, if the workers have a legitimate grievance against us, we will be happy to listen to them. But you cannot ask us to interfere with the government.
The tax was imposed by the government in your interest, gentlemen, so that you would have captive labor in your mines. The workers have no other weapon but to strike.
So you will not tell our workers to return to the mine?
I'm sorry, I cannot do that.
You have nothing to lose, Mr. Gandhi. But will you compensate these poor, misguided workers for the damage that you have caused them?
There is no greater damage than damage to one's self-respect, sir. I have met the big sahibs who own these mines and pay you your wages. They are very angry. As long as you are on strike, it is not correct for you to live in the mine quarters and accept their rations. I will take you all to Tolstoy Farm and you can stay there until the strike is over. But please think very carefully before you come with me, because you may lose your jobs and your houses. But if you value your dignity and your freedom, Then come, march with me. Vande! 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 For all soldiers of Satyagraha now, and you will get a soldier's ration. That's all I can give you. We will march for 25 miles a day. Please only take as much as you can carry. Yes? We will cross the border and hopefully we will get arrested. You may even get assaulted, but please remain true and firm to your creed of non-violence. And remember, it's important to respect other people's property. Vande! Vande! Vande!
Where they gone? What for? What's going on here? The coolies are going to be here in 2 days. We should shoot them before they create any more havoc. Not one coolie should be allowed in town.
We should send them back to the mines, because they're a bad influence on the Kafirs.
My fellow citizens, please. What are you angry about? What? The Indians aren't coming to live in Volksrust. They are merely passing through.
Passing through? Who are you, stranger? I've never seen you before.
He's a coolie lover, and we don't want no coolie butties in this town. We'll throw him out. Hey? What's the matter with you, my friend? Are you afraid to fight, huh?
I have pledged myself to non-violence. I must decline.
Really?
Why do you want to lay your hands on innocent men and women who ask only for the removal of an unjust tax?
What tax?
They will pass through the town in peace and they will just keep on going. That is the kind of people that they are. They want to appeal to your hearts. Please, be reasonable. I appeal to you in the name of God.
Now, what do they know about God?
One by. The trunk call to Pretoria is coming through.
Please, carry on. Yes, this is M.K. Gandhi. I would like to speak to General Smuts, please.
Mr. Gandhi, sir. He wishes to speak with you. I don't wish to speak to him. The minister is occupied. May I take a message?
We are at Volksrust now and we are about to cross the border. Please tell General Smuts to reconsider. It is still not too late. All we want him to do is to abolish the £3 tax.
So they're about to march into the Transvaal. If you agree to abolish the poll tax, he'll call off the march. Tell him to go to the devil. I do not wish to deal with him anymore. The minister says you may do as you please. He will have nothing more to do with you.
Strict orders not to let anyone through at this
How long they'll take to get to the border, and I don't even know how many of them there are. We'll just have to wait for... I'll get that. Come in. Thank you. "3,000 Indian miners are camping at Charlestown. 1,600 striking Indian miners marched from Danhauser to Charlestown. 1,700 Indian miners have left Newcastle for Charlestown. This is wonderful."
was no bitterness. Where is that sting? Where grave thy victory? In triumph still if thou abide with me. Abide with me, fast falls the
Gandhi!
eventide.
Who's Gandhi?
Yes? What can I do for you?
I have a warrant for your arrest. You have to come with me.
Right now?
Yes.
May I leave instructions, please?
Go ahead.
Naidu? The police have come to arrest me. Please continue the march at daybreak as planned, and only announce my arrest once you have halted for rations. Let's go.
Abide with me, fast falls the eventide.
You are charged with having brought unauthorized persons into the Transvaal. Do you have anything to say?
I plead guilty for having done my duty. We have petitioned and pleaded with little or no result. I am now convinced that our non-violent resistance and our own suffering will ensure success. I wish to apply for bail.
Silence! I object, Your Honor. I ask that the accused be remanded until the 14th, until I've had time to prepare the evidence.
Every prisoner not charged with a capital offence is entitled to bail. The accused is hereby granted bail for an amount of £50.
The magistrate himself. To what do I owe this honor?
Mr. Gandhi, would you step aside a minute?
Please, carry on.
You are now my prisoner. And here is a list of others who are to accompany you.
I see that I have been promoted in rank. Magistrates are now coming to arrest me. Am I to be tried here and now?
Come along. The court is still in session.
A moment, please. Naidu? I'll be back soon. Please carry on. time. First a policeman, then a magistrate, and now the principal immigration officer himself.
Please stand aside, Mr. Gandhi. You're under arrest.
Naidu! Naidu! I'm going to jail. I may not come back to the march. Please proceed straight to Tolstoy Farm.
Come with me.
And please, all of you, please,
Public comments or speeches. Get
please
in.
maintain peace and harmony. Vande!
To arrest you. Please do not offer any resistance and come with us peacefully to the railway station. From there you will be taken to jails in Natal. Come on then. Hold your formations there.
Hold! Get back to work at once, you bloody bastards! Brothers, wait! Don't listen to them. We will continue our Satyagraha until the government has come to its knees. No matter what the cost. You get them back to work at once. I cannot order them. They are willed by their conscience. Ulala, Pomkulu!
These have just come in, sir.
What are they?
Telegrams: Bombay, Calcutta, Madras, Delhi, London, Cape Town, Johannesburg, Durban, Pietermaritzburg, and this batch here from businessmen and farmers. One from the Prime Minister, Mr. Chamberlain. The President of the Indian National Congress, Sir Firoz Shah Mehta, and one from the Viceroy.
What do they say?
In short, sir, we're being called murderers by the one group and being blamed for ruining Natal's economy by the other.
That Gandhi. Get me the Prime Minister. We will have to call an emergency cabinet meeting.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, Gandhi Bhai.
That reception committee is not for you. That's because of the railway strike.
I've heard that they put the Johannesburg station on fire.
The leaders of the railway strike want to meet with you. They want to make common cause with you.
Please tell them that I cannot accept their offer unless they adopt non-violent means.
Gandhi Bhai, her husband was shot by the police.
It's all right, please. Don't cry. It's all right. You must forgive me because I'm responsible. Your husband has given up his life and become a martyr. Your suffering will only end when sisters, including my own wife, become widows like you. Come. Don't cry, please. Come.
वचन दो तेरे कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जान ले पर दुखे उपकार करे तो है मन अभिमान ना जान ले वैष्णव जन दो तेरे कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जान ले वैष्णव जन तो तेरे कहिए।
So, we meet again like two battle-worn generals.
To sign a treaty, I hope.
Treaty? With you holding a sword of passive resistance over my head?
No sword. No violence. Not even by way of retaliation.
I know, I know. It would be easier to deal with you if, like the railway strikers, you just got on with plain old-fashioned violence.
I know that. Why else do you think we have embraced Satyagraha?
You reduce me to sheer helplessness, Gandhi. What am I to do with you? I mean, how can we lay hands upon you and not appear to be like villains? I've heard you sent the municipal workers back to work, and you refused to support the railwaymen's strike only because it was violent. So, Gandhi, what do you want?
It's all there in our letters, General. Kallenbach's, Polak's, Kachalia's and mine.
All your faithful followers.
Not followers. Colleagues, General.
The commission papers, sir.
You have asked to change 2 names on the commission. I cannot do that. I do not mind that, but you should not prevent the others from giving evidence.
What about the £3 tax?
That will be abolished. You will find it all in the final draft.
And the marriage question?
We will recognize all monogamous marriages, contracted by whatever rights. Hindu and Muslim priests can also legalize marriages. This leaves us with the question of the entry of domiciled Indians into the Orange Free State in the Cape. The government can be persuaded to accept that.
So, can I take this as a provisional agreement?
Call it what you wish.
But I want it in writing this time, General. No verbal assurances. You may deny it later.
Touché. You will have your written statement. And of course, you will be consulted once the Indian Relief Act is promulgated.
Well, the specific demands in this campaign have been met. But we shall continue to fight against racial discrimination.
What if the local natives follow your example?
They will gain their country.
You are promising me more trouble.
Not me. I plan to leave for India.
No doubt we shall hear a great deal about you over there. If I may say so, those clothes don't really suit you.
I have worn these clothes and shorn my head as a symbol of mourning for those who were killed during the Satyagraha.
What on earth is this? Why, thank you. Oh.
I made these sandals for you while I was in prison.
They are very sturdy. You are leaving now, but it is clear I shall be walking in your shoes for a long time.
He came to a strange land and made it his own. When he sailed for India, it was with mixed feelings of pleasure and regret. Pleasure because he was returning home after many years. Regret because it was a great wrench for him to leave South Africa, where he had lived 21 years, and where he had realized his vocation in life.
I will remain forever a South African Indian. How can I forget the lesson learnt? That the gravest conflict can be resolved in peace if we allow the resolution to come through the soul. That humanity is one, intended to live in peace and in equality.